Good morning. Today we're going to start talking about electron configuration. And this is really trying to figure out where the electrons are as they orbit the nucleus. So we've already talked about electrons orbiting the nucleus, and we've drawn it like this, where we've had our nucleus and we've had these circles that go around the outside, kind of like planets going around the sun. We've drawn in our electrons in those circles. This makes it look like they orbit the nucleus like planets orbiting the sun, but that's not actually the case. They don't go around in these nice, neat circles. They actually go around in all of these different shapes, in these different clouds. So some electrons will orbit in a sphere, and some electrons will orbit in these kind of elongated ovals that go off to different axes. Now, you don't need to know the shapes of the orbitals, just the fact that there are these different orbitals, and that the electrons don't actually go around in circles. But electron configuration lets us know where each electron is. So I have a periodic table up here that only has the orbital of that particular element. I have a chart here that tells us how to fill out these orbitals. We always start with 1s2, and we just keep going up, filling them out. Your s orbitals are all here. Your p orbitals are in a big block right here. Your d orbitals are in a block right there. And then finally f orbital in a block down there. So let's do some examples. I think we need to practice it. So my example here is going to be sodium, Na. I look on the periodic table and I find sodium over here. It's in the first column, third row. So that's going to be this one right here. In order to write out the electrons, where all the electrons are for sodium, I need to start at the very beginning. And I have a 1s orbital that can hold 2 electrons. One electron I use as an arrow going up, and the second electron is a down arrow. So I filled up my 1s orbital. The next orbital is the 2s. So I've done 1, 2. Now I'm going to do 3 and 4. That one gets filled up. First the up arrow, then the down arrow. And I have 2 electrons total. The next orbital is the 2p6. And that has 3 orbitals available here. Now I can fill up 6 of these. So first I go 1, 2, 3, then 4, 5, 6. And I filled up that 2p6. So that's up here. And I need to go one more. So after 2p6, the next one is this 3s2. But actually, I don't have two electrons in this one. I only have 1. Because that's where sodium is. So I'm actually going to write this as a 1. Let's do one more example, okay? So what I'm gonna do is find boron. Boron's right here. And boron on my chart is right there, 2p1. So boron. But again, I start at the beginning. The 1s orbital, that gets filled up with 2 electrons. The next is going to be the 2s orbital. That will also have 2 electrons. 1 and then 2. And then finally for boron, I'm now at the end because it has 5 total electrons. I'm at the 2p orbital. Now this could hold up to 6, but we only have it holding 1 electron. If it was the next one, if it was carbon, then I would do another up arrow and then another up arrow there for each successive one. So the only way to really get good at this is to practice it. So we're gonna practice on this sheet here. They've also done sodium on this one, which was the same example that I did. And we need to work on 4, chlorine, nitrogen, aluminum, and oxygen. So write it out the same way that we did in this example and these examples. And you're writing that for each of these 4. All right. Let me know if I can help. Thank you.